Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavaditam Trigunarhitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. I welcome you all, the love and respects. I welcome each and every viewer watching us here today on Nithyananda TV, Kailasa's official TV channel. Now, during the segment of Jivartha Sadhas, we will be looking and diving into various topics related to Hinduism and how we as Hindus can vote and change Hinduism and discuss, debate, have the Vakyartha Sadhas, have the Jivartha Sadhas on why these decisions need to be made. Swamiji, through his effort to revive the Hindu nation, the Shri Kailasa, has opened up the Hindu voting to all of us, and through the Jivartha Sadhas, Vakyartha Sadhas, allowing us to internalize, debate, come to our conclusions on these various topics. Previously, throughout the weeks, we have been discussing on various topics from vegetarianism and non-vegetarianism, about the caste system. They have different parts of the Hindu caste system, the Hindu Varna and Jati, and which brings us to today's topic, whether Hindu should allow religious conversion or not. Swamiji beautifully describes how in the Veda Agamas, in our Puranas, in Itihasas, the Hindu voting system has been clearly mentioned. How this system of voting is a system from time immemorial and is not something which has come out of the modern era. Along with this, Swamiji also says and stresses about the importance about the Jivartha Sadhas and Vakyartha Sadhas, how it is necessary not only for us to come to the correct conclusions, but also for posterity to gain from our debate, from our knowledge. When posterity, when they hear and the reasons for which why we have taken certain decisions, they will also be able to make better decisions in the future for them. With this, let's watch a short clip by Swamiji himself on explaining the importance of the voting system, how it comes from Hinduism, Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and the importance of why the Jivartha Sadhas and Vakyartha Sadhas is necessary. Please stay tuned.
On this auspicious Deepavali day, we have very beautiful announcement. The Hindu votes are sacred. The Hindu votes matter. Hindus vote for Hinduism. Activity is getting consolidated and presented to all of you. I want all of you to know this voting system is in Hinduism from time immemorial. Even in the Vedas and Puranas, there are references where a concept is debated and voted. Not only in our Vedas and Agamas, even in the Puranas, there are enough historical reference. From time immemorial, this tradition was there, doing Vakyartha Sadhas, Jivartha Sadhas, Anubhava Mantapa discussions, and then voting for certain concepts, principles, ideas, decisions to come to conclusions. So that same tradition handed over to me from my Guru Parampara, and I have revived for last 26 years of my life. I have revived this whole system, and here I am presenting the whole system. The Hindu parliament system and Hindu voting system. The work we have done in the last 26 years in multiple Satsangs, public programs, I used to explain a concept and ask for people to raise their hands, to vote for this side or that side. If you many times, if you attended my live Satsangs programs, in those days you will know very clearly. I used to explain a concept, then I'll ask whoever understands, cognizes, please raise your hand. And I'll always explain the other side and say, whoever understands this principle, raise your hand. So it is the principle adopted from the ancient time. I was reviving the original parliament system as per the cosmic constitution of Hinduism. Continuously, we will do Vakyartha Sadhas, Jivartha Sadhas, and ask the Hindus to vote for various Hindu matters and offer the Vidhi and Nisheda, the Smriti for this Yuga. The Smriti for this Yuga will be revealed through Vakyartha Sadhas, Jivartha Sadhas and voting. Finally, approved by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we will be bringing new Smriti to life for this modern day. In Hinduism, active participation is expected. See, you may vote just by saying yes or no, but that will be considered only as a participation, not active participation. If you give an explanation, your viewpoint, why you are voting for what you are voting, why you are doing what you are doing. If you present your powerful cognitions too, it will help the next generation Hindus. See, when you have a reason to vote for vegetarian food, and if you explain the reason also, after 100 years, if that reason has changed or that reason has become irrelevant, people can change the decision. So it will help for the generations to enjoy your expertise and your intelligence. That is the reason we request you to put your powerful cognitions, your thought currents also on record in the form of Vakyartha Sadhas and Jivartha Sadhas.
Nithyananda, we're back. So, Swamiji beautifully explained the importance of the Hindu voting, how Hindu voting is something of an ancient tradition which has been there from time immemorial, how the Jivartha Sadhas and Vakyartha Sadhas are very important for not only for us to come to the correct conclusions, but also so that it helps the future generations as well. So, as part of today's Jivartha Sadhas, we also have a Raja Maharaj joining us here on the panel. We also have devotees joining us from various parts of India. We have Rajshekaranaya from Chennai, and we also have Murali Ayya also joining us from Chennai. Both of them have regularly been joining us in the Jivartha Sadhas, taking time off their schedules and participating and voicing out their opinions very vividly, very openly on the stance of Hinduism, the stance Hinduism should take on these various issues, from puja to the religious conversion which we are currently discussing. Yes, so I'd like to introduce Murali Ayya and Rajshekaranaya. Ayya, thank you so much for joining us here today. So for all the viewers here, could you spare a few words and introduce yourself, how you met Swamiji and about your professional life? Yes, Ayya, please go ahead.
Thank you, Maharaj. My name is Rajshekar. I am from Chennai. I took one retirement from my banking service, where I was serving as a middle-level management. Though I am basically from a Kaveri-based civilization, I belong to a Shaivite family, traditional Shaivite family, hereditary. We are following the system till date. We are born and practicing vegetarian and worshipping Shiva and all gods. But for my job, I had to come to Chennai. It was a metropolitan city, one of the biggest metropolitan city. And also, while I was serving in the banks, my intelligence, my intellect was built by gathering information from the books, magazines, and periodicals, the daily newspapers. But without knowing, I was hijacked by the media. What is happening? What is Hinduism? Because the media was biased, which I was not knowing, because I was just from a village. Everything is innocence. People believe what they hear, what they see. Then only, after connecting with the Swamiji, the first click I got from his book is, whatever action you do, you add awareness to that. That will take you to higher level of consciousness. I actually found it. Then only I could find. So whatever we see is not truth. Whatever we hear is not truth. We have to go to a deep contemplation that is called inquiry into the truth. Then I started inquiring into the truth. They understood many facts. So naturally it is my DNA. It got awakened. That is how I was attracted to Swamiji right from the year 2007, and also spreading his thoughts, how he is going to, because he is coming here to take body, assumed body, and descended on planet Earth to revive Hinduism, not revolutionize anything. He is not talking anything new. All are the great enlightened masters. Incarnations are revealed to the mass. He has come back and he is in the process of reviving Hinduism. But unfortunately, the people of India, the authorities of India are misguided towards some vested interests. So the day will come. So I am very happy to be associated and talking to you all and sharing my views. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Ayya. We also have Murli Ayya with us here today. Yes, Murli Ayya, please go ahead, Ayya. Few words about yourself, how you've met Swamiji, and how this Jivatha Sadhas has been helping you directly. Yes, Ayya, please go ahead. I think maybe you need to switch on your mic.
Nithyanandam to all. This is Murali from Chennai. I have been associated with Swamiji from 2013, and I'm a teacher by profile. And I should tell you that even discovering that teaching should be such a passion, it took such a long time to realize that. And Swamiji often talks of we being unconscious. And I realized that in many dimensions of life, only after coming to him, yes, I have been unconscious. I did not know this about myself. So it was the term inner awakening is a real, it conveys the real meaning because it tells you, it had told me many things about myself. I've been unaware about myself in many ways, and after coming to Swamiji is what I realized all these things. And one very major breakthrough I got is I've been operating life from a very, very narrow, shallow context. Like I used to pride that I was a very logical, very rational person. I'm able to think through everything and clearly describe everything. But only after coming to Swamiji, I realized that it is not so, and there are many things more to even know. Yes. So now coming to this topic, conversion. Okay, how this conversion? Actually, I've been invited by many people around me to breakthrough and Christianity is, and I didn't realize I've been operating. But somehow it didn't strike me. It didn't click with me. Their ideologies didn't click with me, and I didn't feel like joining them at all. Their very way of approach I didn't like, and what exactly I didn't like, I was not able to explain then. But now I understand why it is so, and I can explain only to those people who understand what Hinduism is. Maybe I'll explain all these things during further questions. But as of now, let me tell you that those ideas didn't click with me. And how this Jivatma Sadhas is helping me. It is helping me discover more dimensions of Hinduism. Already, I've been enjoying Hinduism as Swamiji had explained and introduced to us. See, in my life, as I said, I have many dimensions of life I didn't discover. I discovered only after coming to Swamiji. That includes even the spiritual part. Now, there was a time in my life when I used to feel that I'm doing everything right, but still nothing is giving the proper result. Why? Where is the problem? And after coming to Swamiji, I realized that it is something called spiritual strength. The spiritual strength was what lacking in me. The green flag from the divine was what lacking for me in my life. And how to actually make the green flag happen is Swamiji is what Swamiji giving to me, and it is a wonderful experience. And I have many miracles to share.
Nithyanam.
I have many miracles to share, and maybe I'll do that in response to some further questions that might come from Maharaj. So I'll stop myself here and pave way for further questions so that my answer seems more contextually relevant. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah. So also we have another person joining us here. We have Ananda Balasubramaniam Aya also as well. Nithyanamaya. Nithyanamaya, please go ahead. You can introduce yourself. You might need to unmute your mic.
Nithyanamaya, I'm Ananda Balasubramanian. I'm living in Tambaram, Chennai. I have been a follower of Swamiji for the last 10 years. That's all.
Thank you so much, Aya, for joining us here today. Thank you so much for taking off time from your busy schedule. I know you might be missing work or something else to be joining us here today. Very highly appreciated that you're able to, willing to sacrifice all that to spend time here in the Jivatma Sadhas discussing all these important truths which are needed for humanity, needed for Hinduism right now. Thank you so much, Aya.
It's an opportunity, Maharaj. I thank you for sharing this.
Yes, Aya, thank you so much for joining us here today. So, now, without further ado, let's enter into the Jivatma Sadhas. So, those of you who have been with us for the past couple of days, we have been speaking about religious conversion and how whether Hindus should allow religious conversion or not. And in the course of the discussion, we have taken many stands of where we should allow but have restrictions, or we should not allow completely. There have been various ways, various levels people have been going about this. So today we're going to look into a little bit more about a religion that's actually doing conversion and are proudly saying that they do conversion. They have even built up a whole website about it. Many of you might have heard about the Joshua Project and how they openly and how systematically they themselves show how they convert, how many people they have reached out to, how many they are yet to reach out to, the prospect number of people who they are going to reach out to. So very systematically they have inculcated conversion as a part of their day-to-day activities, and there's a huge project for that. So here, look into the slides now. Yes, so we can see here, what happened is when we went into the Joshua project, at the bottom we saw it was affiliated to Frontier Ventures. So when you go into Frontier Ventures, you can see the number of entities. They call them ministries. So each one, Mission Frontiers, the Joshua Project, Global Prayer Digest, Perspectives, William Carey Library. All of these are ministries of the Frontier Ventures, whose sole purpose is just to continuously go around and convert people to Christianity. So if you go through the websites, you will see how organized they are, how systematically they are doing this, how they have given very thoroughly, and how just to join them it is not so difficult. Just click of 2-3 buttons and you are in. So very systematically and very organized way they are doing the conversion, and they have the whole conversion this thing. But it's not just a single entity. They have almost 9 projects where they are continuously funded, and just for the sake of conversion, level of extent and how much they have gone to. So here we see the headline of the Frontier Venture page. We are a community of followers and worshippers of Jesus who desire to see people from every culture follow and worship him too. So you can see here how bold they are in the statements they make, how unabashedly they're very open about the conversion that they are doing, and very statistically, even about India, the conversion which happens in India, they have, with lot of research articles and facts and figures, they have presented everything, and they're openly showing it to the world, how they convert people. So this is something which I had just gone across yesterday, and it really surprised me how open they have taken to conversion, and unabashedly, not even shy, or they're very straightforward and very open to it. Yes, Madhur, something you'd like to add?
Actually, people see this straightforwardness and see some sincerity. Actually, they'll think, okay, they're very much doing exactly what they're intending, and just maybe putting it in flowery words, but they're saying they worship, and I don't know, even is worship even allowed in Christianity, but they read the Bible and they worship him in a different sense than how it is worded. But the word worship, if a Hindu listens to this word worship, then we think we are doing Aarti Puja. But if anybody else listens to this word worship, they may think they idealize Jesus or something like that. But actually, the amazing thing is that it's out there. Actually, all of their intentions and projects, somewhere it's listed, and their organizations, to show that they're organized and to show that they're out there, they're doing something. It may be marked up for its quality and its variety in words compared to the amount of words they may use when they're actually trying to talk to you and convert you. But when it comes to my actually one experience and example I wanted to give about the sincerity and the diligentness in which I had experienced one time encounter with the Christian two young boys actually. So it was when I was in US, and it was in the middle of winter, like how we are all experiencing winter now. It's a little chiller, colder, and especially where I'm from in US, it's very cold, and so it's almost frost outside, and two boys wearing simple jackets came up to my door and asked if I wanted to hear them read from the Bible. That's all. They didn't ask me to convert. They said, "Do you want me to hear us read from the Bible? We wanted to save." I felt yes, I wanted to hear, just because they are out in the cold, and it's so cold, and I had to keep my door open for them for a long time. So I had to attend to them, and listen to them, hear that. So in that way, they are able to show even their sincerity, at least in standing for their religion, standing for what they want. And even if that much was done by us, by Hindus, going door to door at least. Door to door is actually one of the basic, even in sales and marketing, is one of the basic things, cold calling. Going door to door and selling something. But even in Christianity, it's also going door to door and spreading the word of their God. But even if we do, it's a great on the ground enriching. Going door to door to door and just spreading the daily satsang. Going door to door to door and just spreading the message of Swamiji. Neighborhood will appreciate, people will appreciate. Actually, I think even putting ourselves out there, that even Swamiji right now, who is asking us to start the hard work of building the nation. So it starts with those around us and enriching them. So we have definitely a more significant and more impactful message for everybody and from where they are at as well. We know how to listen and cater to them. We are not having an agenda to shove something down their throat or give them an idea. And we have no concept of they are sinners and we need to save them. No. We only have an intention to enrich them, to help them realize that their life can be much, much happier if they just get rid of their patterns, get rid of their incompletions, and listen to the satsang of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism today. So Hinduism can be giving hope to people. Oh, there's somebody here. He's a nice neighbor of mine. I appreciate his company. I appreciate his time. He takes time, and that sincerity is what will impress. It is what will enrich also. It is not even many things. If you see, when it comes to enriching, it is not what you say that actually counts. It is what you did, what you stop saying, what you stop doing, so that you can come and tell something to me. Right? If you come and talk to me and try to enrich me, I am more impressed by not what you say, sometimes by what you say, but more than that, I am impressed by what you've left to come and speak to me. You may have a job, you may have another thing that you may be finding important at that time, you may be doing something, but instead of that, you're coming and talking to me thinking that it's worth it. So everybody appreciates having that feeling that it's worth having this conversation. So more and more of this conversation, more and more talking and enriching, I think that level we can contribute a lot. Seeing the way that they are outreaching and talking, and even the digital side of things, how they are able to online put the information, and basically it is sugar coated with flowery words, but their intentions are very clear what they are trying to do. But seeing this side, people will think, okay, it is very sincere effort, but it is just a matter of organization, I feel, which is what we are working with in Sri Kailasa. That's what I wanted to add. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Maharaj, for your insights. So actually here I would like to pose a question. So as Maharaj, you had shared the two boys who did not come and actively say, no, come, we want to convert into Christianity. They didn't do any such thing. They came and they read out the Bible to you. They asked whether they could read the Bible to you, and you seeing the effort they have put out, coming through the cold winter in just simple jackets to come read the Bible, just seeing the effort, you accept it, even though just to not to be disrespectful to them. Exactly. So if we take a same approach, if we do a similar approach, if we also start doing the same thing, going around and going door by door, like you had mentioned, going door by door and reading out our Vedic scriptures to them and explaining them the few meanings of it. So if we compare, if we may call it enriching, but these people, the Christians who have done it, they are doing it for the sake of conversion. So in that case, even though we may have the context of enriching or whatever the spiritual context we may hold, it will more or less look like we are also doing conversion in another person's eye. Because if you look at from a third person's view, if you see the Christian boys also, they are coming door by door and they are reading out the Bible. They are coming in the cold winter night, so it makes them hard. It makes them hard to refuse. So if we do also similar thing, going door by door and just preaching what we believe in, how does it make us look any different from conversion? Where do you draw the line and the difference between conversion and enriching? This is the question I would like to pose here now. Murleya and Rajshekharan, anything you'd like to add on this? You can go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Where is the line between conversion and enriching? That's a very interesting question, I should say. Thank you for that. See, uh, this Christianity and Islam, they actually intend to, or rather, ultimately end up as, whether they intend to or not, uh, end up as objectifying God. They want everyone to prostrate before the same Godhead, accept the same idea as ultimate truth, and swear by the same book. They want everybody to do that. But in Hinduism, we don't do that. So when you want everybody to prostrate before the same Godhead, say accept the same book, accept the same prophet, all that, that is what we call as that one thing I can call as conversion. Now I'm not saying in the way of defining it, I am saying it how it ends up, how the whole thing ends up. See, when you say transformation, when you say enriching, what are we trying to do? We are trying to help the person out of his problem, out of his. We are giving life solutions, and that life solution is not in the form of come and pray to this God and your problem will be solved. Come and see. We don't say come and chant Om Namah Shivaya 1,008 times and your Shiva will take care of you. That's not how we say it. But that's what they do. You come here and pour out your problems in front of Jesus, and he will take care of you. So that is where the problem is. That is where the difference lies. So we are actually able to give solutions, and this uh, property, or what to say, this dimension of Hinduism, where we are able to give solutions without depending on somebody having faith in something, or having faith in some god, or swearing by some book, is what these neo Hindus, what Swamiji calls, they assert and plagiarize that and claim that they are giving intellectual solutions or secular solutions. So we have to make them clear that it is Hinduism that has actually given it is a Hinduism that's the source of all these solutions. So today, if you go to any corporate, they tell you we give you excellent work-life balance. How do we do that? We give you busting sessions by expert trainers, teachers, psychologists, and all that. But what do they ultimately teach you? They teach you to sit straight and breathe in a particular way, which happens to be our pranayama. What we do as pranayama in our yoga, the way we stretch when you go to a gym, or the way they give you some modern equipments. They give you a big balloon, they give you a big ball, and ask you to do some exercise on that ball. But the same effect has been created by our rishis in the form of a lot of yogasanas. So if you have to go back to the roots, and as Swamiji says, you have to always be grateful to the source. So Hinduism is a source of many things, which these people very conveniently avoid, hide for their own vested interest. Some may hide because of not knowing this also, but that I think is a minuscule as compared to these major converting religions which want to accept everything. Sometime some back in Facebook, I saw Jesus actually bearing a veena like Saraswati Devi. So I don't know, and they are saying that this also he gives you learning also. So these things seem very cheap to me, and just trying to do everything Hindu. They got this Kanthasashti Kavacham meant for Subramanya Muruga. They have created a Jesus Kavacham also in the same tune. I don't know what they want. Now, how they expect that nobody will notice all these things is simply beyond my understanding. So, when you want to say conversion, it means that they are trying to objectify a God. But enriching is all about actually giving them the solution. And when they like it, when you get a wow factor from them, it is in that at that moment you realize that they have been listening to you in the real sense. And then if you tell them, see, this solution is from this agama, or the solution is from this Veda, or this is there as a commentary of Bhagavad Gita, then they will understand that, okay, that is when we say we can actually make them understand that we are not trying to convert. See that our God, see this religion has given you a solution without having you to depend on anything, any faith, or demanding any faith from you, any acceptance from you. So this is the source of everything. So don't go behind elements to actually talk sweetly to you, but ultimately end up being with them for their selfish reasons. So, and I've seen this. In fact, even near my house, a big group of conversion elements came, and the way I looked at them in the eye, they just rushed away. And I'll tell you more when an appropriate question comes. Thank you for this opportunity and making me give this answer.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right.